Hello and welcome back. Josh, Sam and anyone else who's watching to Swindon't You Forget About Me. We are 2 games away from potential glory. We've just drawn 2-2 at home to Man City. We had a man off injured. That was Mr. Mr. Alberto went off injured. And yet we managed to come back from 2-1 down to equalise in the last minute. Roy scoring a lovely finish. 2-2 with probably eventual Premier League winners, Manchester City. Now we have to play Man United before we travel to Newcastle for the Europa League final. But before that, we have to do this, so let's do it. We've got a week between this game and that game, so we have enough time to let the team recover a little bit. That's good. Alberto survived his last game. What I'm going to do, though, because he didn't play very well, I'm going to do this up front. Gilic, Fall, Pelletier, Novotny, because we do have Felipe is back, so he'll come in here. But he'll probably want to play in the final, so let's do that instead. And that's the defence and goalkeeper. So let's go. Let's see what we can do. It's what is this? Away. So we're playing at Old Trafford. We don't have a very good record against Man United. We did beat them. I think we've actually, to be fair, I think we've beaten them in almost every season we've been in the Premier League at least one time, through various lucky means. It's not as if we've got the number of them, but I think we tend to have like either a surprisingly good little period in a game, or we come back and win a surprising 3-2 or something like that. So let's see what we can do here. Straight away, we've got an early chance. Beckham running through on goal. Roy has scored. We're 1-0 up at Old Trafford. Well, that's a surprise. Why couldn't we have done that in the FA Cup semi-final? Doesn't matter. We are now back above Tottenham again if the result stays as it is. Although Tottenham are playing as well now, so we'll have to see how that goes. Chelsea are playing West Ham. We've obviously got the harder test before the Europa League final, but that's just the way things fall. Hopefully we can maybe put down a marker by having an impressive game against Man United, allowing for us to go to Newcastle with a platform on which to build our inevitable Europa League final win. So, Roy, he runs through. He's just got to cross it. There was a man free. There's no longer a man free. Oh, Pelletier's strange header down to Fall there. Doesn't matter. Tottenham have now scored against Norwich. It's not really a surprise. I don't think Norwich are technically... Oh, no, Norwich are already down. It's Ipswich that's still not technically relegated. But that's fine if we continue if we win this one, and then we have a fairly easy couple of games. I think it's Burnley and West Ham we have to play left. It might not be West Ham, it might be Southampton. So if we win here and get this win, I would back us to finish 5th. There would still be an outside chance of us finishing 4th if we manage to beat United, because that will peg them back by we'll be 3 points up on them. On the current standings, it doesn't matter, they've equalised. But if we did win this game, we would be within a few points of them. There was an outside chance we could have got the Champions League, but it doesn't matter. Dear, the main focus is the Chelsea game later on in the video next week in game time. Ortega, great little interception, nice to see. Roy goes round the back of his man, and Beckham was just crying out to have the ball passed to him. Oh, Novotny gets in there. Not sure what he was doing more centrally than the actual strikers, but we have taken a 2-1 lead. Lovely play from Fall and Novotny there. Roy, great ball in. Fall. What is Novotny doing there? That's where you'd think that Beckham would be, but fine, Novotny, he's doing very well. Speaking of players doing very well, the 16-year-old Czech left winger, Mahacek, I think his name is, he is... Oh, we've scored a third. Is that an own goal? No, Roy scores. 3-1 up after 19 minutes. Lovely stuff. But yeah, I think his name is something like Martin Mahacek or something like that. He is looking very good. For a 16-year-old, he looks like he could already play in the Championship. So he is a good signing. Maybe next season he'll get a few games in the first team, just as like a kind of substitute to try and push on his progression. Great ball to the back post. Riedel heads over. Alternatively, we could send this Makacek guy out on loan, so long as it's to a decent side. it's hard to sometimes. Oh, great header from Lever. It's 3-2. What a sensational start to the game. 25 minutes in, 3-2 up. I remember my first ever experience of Football Manager was in a science class at school, secondary school. We were sitting in a kind of one of those kind of lab classroom style things. Oh, Beacon. And my friend Jimmy was playing Football Manager, probably, I guess, like 06 or 07 or something like that, on his some kind of handheld device. It would have been like a kind of PSP or something like that. And he was manager of, I don't remember who. Roy has scored a hat-trick. We are 4-2 up inside the first half. What a game this is. Lovely, lovely stuff. 4-2. So what was I saying? He was playing, I think he was Liverpool manager, and he had a game that finished 4-4 at half-time. So it didn't finish, but, first half, the game was 4-4 at half-time. And I remember saying, that is not good. And my friend Tom and my friend Jimmy were like, what are you talking about? Would it be great to watch that game? I was like, yeah, but as the manager, if you go in at half-time at 4-4, I would be angry. And this has echoes of that. I'm not, it's great to be 4-2 up, but we've conceded 2. Obviously, we are away at Old Trafford and Swindon Town, so we can't complain too much. But it's just sort of put me in mind of that. I thought the game was stupid back then. But anyway, I was a fool, and and I didn't realise how much a tool for good it could be in the world. 4-2, yes. So, good stuff. We are doing very well. Horrendously better than I thought we would be doing. Let's just keep things calm. Hopefully we can see this one out. 4-2. Roy is playing a 9.5. I don't really know how he could how he could have done much better in the first half. So, what to do to get those extra 0.5, I don't know. Borgo, Novotny, been taken out by Melton. Oh, lovely. Oh, no. Okay, Ortega misses out. Jensen on the ball. Oh, dear. They're breaking 45 minutes. Barely even a minute into the second half. And we've already been forced to concede a corner from a sensational save. But it's okay. Gillich now. Can we spring the trap left for us by... Who is their manager? I think it's Stephen Defoe. Well, this is one way to get revenge for the FA Cup semi-final. I saw a troubling thing the other day, which was a news report that said something. No, it was the board confidence update, and they said that they're delighted with the way that 5-2. What a hit from Novotny! What an absolute stunner! Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. I love a good powerful hit off the crossbar. Beckin working his way down the left of the pitch. Novotny smashes it in. Beautiful. The board confidence saying whilst we're very happy with the way the team is performing recently, the 2-0 loss to Man United in the FA Cup semi-final is unacceptable, and you should be looking at yourself there. And I was like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Genuinely, what do you mean? Like, with Man United, it's not like we lost 2-0 to Scunthorpe. Oh, Beckham nearly gets into a goal-scoring position, but he's taken out by Krelj, or whatever his name was. Musa Fall with the corner. Ball's whipped in. Nobody can get there. Ortega heads it back into the mixer, but no. And now Man United can break. I was a little bit offended by that. But it does show how expectations and the reputation of the club have improved, because Swindon Town at no point in their history will ever have been angry to have lost 2-0 to Manchester United. But clearly this result showing that what could have been had we been on form that day. Which is the kind of frustration that I've been having a lot of times in this game so far. It does quite often seem that we do not perform as I feel like we should. Paletti is playing very well. Because we often have results like did we not beat Spurs 5-0 or something like that last season, or maybe earlier this season, and we've definitely beaten Arsenal by a lot. You know, we have these occasional days where we just absolutely tonk a team, and Roy, okay, it could have been 6, and yet we can't do it consistently. It's a disappointment. Tottenham, so Chelsea are winning comfortably. We're winning very comfortably. Spurs are also winning. It's as you were at the top of the table. Chelsea, I guess, still technically in with a chance of winning the league. If they win their game in hand, they'll be 1 point behind Man City. Roy, we could have even done them a favour if we'd won the game against City. Maybe they would have let us win the Europa League final to compensate, but whatever. Leeds United down there. The only thing keeping Ipswich in the league at the moment is Leeds United. Arsenal, Fragis, Shaq, great tackle from number 3 there. Ortega, Western-super-Mare, in a state of stasis. A very poor season from them. Forest Green Rovers, 11th, just slightly behind Liverpool on goal difference. Leicester, West Ham and Burnley making out the best of the rest. Swindon Town comfortably now ensconced in that top 6 discussion of the Premier League. We are the new Spurs. Roy heads it down. Chavaria doesn't get there, but Pelletier does. Gillich to Roy. If he was only a little bit quicker, we could have got in there for a 6th. We have done an excellent job. Excellent job. Calm. That was really special, lads. Well done. Who was man of the match in that one? Roy, obviously. Very, very good stuff. So, Spurs got their win. Chelsea scored 3. So, we are both... Oh, Yilmaz has been injured. That's a shame. Let's go to the press conference. It was a superb performance. I thought he played very well. Yes, I didn't want him to be injured. Becken has done very, very well. Novotny was simply faultless. Roy was excellent. I don't want to discuss that because it seems pointless. Stephen Defoe has won the Premier League a number of times. I, as of yet, have not. At least not with Swindon Town. Now then, on to the big one. Chelsea are in excellent form. We are in excellent form. It remains to be seen what that will mean in the final. Now... I know people who would save before this game and then just play it until they win. I am not going to do that. I don't ever edit these videos except for when I get a phone call from work, as you'll remember from some of the Schlansk videos. And I think possibly maybe a Western-super-Mare video, I can't remember. But I am not going to do that. I have played the Man United game and now I'm going to click all the way through to the Chelsea game. No cuts, no nothing. You can see that I'm not doing that. So, which is makes me nervous because I want to win it. We've got all the way to the final. How often is that actually going to happen for Swindon Town? Obviously, the intention is to get to the point where we can challenge for this kind of honour on a regular basis. But we've come up short twice this season to the semi-finals of both of the domestic cups, and our early season promise did not materialise into a top 4 finish. Partly because of our run to the Europa League final, and therefore I want to try and win it to at least make it all worth it. A final defeat is not alternative to allow this season to have not been a failure. Just going to open the curtains. There it is. Schlansk there in takeover talks. Let me just show you the extra classer. Vidjev Wuj has won that. They haven't won it yet, but they've definitely won the league. Schlansk dropping down to 3rd, which would be the worst finish for them in probably over a decade. Yeah, when was it? So the last time they finished not 2nd was in the 29, so 20 years. That's ridiculous. Hopefully they turn that back around and go back up the league again, because I left them in such a good position. Who is he? This is the Southampton manager. Under pressure, not doing very well. This Lewis White fella is a very good player. So this could be the last day for Ipswich in the Premier League. We'll see. The FA Cup final, which, as we've just discussed, I could have been in had we not capitulated to Manchester United in the semi-finals. Ipswich are down. Dongy, great name. Spurs have won the FA Cup on penalties. It's been a London-based cup for a long time. Cardiff in the final last season, pathetic. So we make a payout for the FA Cup. Dagenham and Redbridge still in the Championship. Excellent stuff. That guy's not happy. He looks a bit high. Don't know what he's been doing. Chelsea had to play again. That seems harsh. But they won again against West Bromwich Albion. We still have a game in hand. If we win that, we're up to 5th. Where did we finish last season? I just want to check quickly. First Division last season, 6th. So we could improve on last season's results if we push on and win our last 2 games. Was it 2 games? Yeah, 2 games left. So let's hope we can do that. But first, the big one, the Chelsea. They actually won the Europa League not too long ago. I can't remember if I looked at that in the recorded session of the last one or if I was just doing it, looking at it myself. I think it might be the latter. I think I was looking at it myself. Excuse me a second. And I think they won it last year, or no, not last year, 2 years ago or something like that. They were definitely in the final recently. So we've got a decent little history in the recent times of the Europa League, but that doesn't mean anything when you're playing against Wheatland's Wonders. I'm excited. It's an exciting time. It's an exciting time to be a Swindon fan. The mid-century boom for Swindon Town. Unfortunately, it's the 21st century that they are mid in rather than the 20th century. We could have done with some success before then, but no, fine, it's fine. This would be exactly 80 years. In fact, 15th of May is the... No. This is almost exactly 80 years since Swindon won its last major trophy. This one would be a slightly bigger trophy to win. I mean, how far through are we going to scan, guys? Come on, please. I want to be able to do something other than just talk inanely about inane things. FM processing. Get on with it. Okay, right. Oh, Laveau is back. Yeah, Javi has got a wage. I don't care about that. Laveau is back. He's not going to play in the Europa League final because he's just come back from injury. And then Sam Dolan has been injured by Bridge. That Bridge is getting a lot of press coverage recently. Espanyol central defender Kevin Ranretti. He's a decent player. Let's just go scouting, get a report card just in case. St James's Park hit by Euro Cup fever. 47,000 seats. Now, that's not the capacity, is it? Where's Newcastle? Where do they play? Newcastle. Information. They play at St. Oh, so it is almost full. Okay, that's fine. We take a tough European challenge against Chelsea. And let's go back and just look at the Euro Cup final history, past winners. Yeah, Chelsea won it 2 years ago against Juventus. Leicester were in the final, so there's been a lot of English presence here recently. Man City, not too long ago, were in back-to-back finals. Arsenal as well. Man City against Spurs. It was 3 years in a row where our English teams won before Juventus got back in there, and with an all-Italian final. So this is for us to do now. In their history, Swindon have never won the Europa League. It's a massive challenge for you to win this. It's a monumental challenge. As always, we will analyse the players. I'm feeling quietly confident I don't pay much attention to the odds. You'll be missing Lloyd Wilmot. It's obviously... he's Belarusian, so I'm going to say I like him. Can you reveal how you'll be instructing the Swindon boys to play? Win. Amin Nazari. Yeah, go on. I'll say I like him. They have to play without this guy, Loic Delorme. Well, that's good because he's excellent. It's a shame to lose a player like that. This Benefuela, who's been the bloody bane of my life, he's still excellent. 34 years old, 130 England caps, 91 goals. He is a great player. Who are we going to counter the threat of him with? That will be Jair. Big boy Jair. We're looking to outplay Chelsea, apparently. That doesn't seem to me like I said the right thing, to be honest with you. Well, we'll see. Yeah, and look at our final 2 games of the season. We have to play We're playing Wednesday, the Europa League final, Friday, Burnley, and then Sunday is the last game of the season against West Ham. So that's tough. Well, we'll see. We'll see how we do. I suspect we might lose both of those games, or at least one of them. Oh, man. It's been a tough season. It's been a tough old season. The lows of Keepergate was never really expected to then play out into the final. Van Rethy is a good central defender. These two guys, no. Bassey, Terry Bassey. Okay, here we go. The Europa League final. Holders AC Milan, final venue St James's Park, Newcastle. We have Lloyd Wilmot out with a damaged kneecap. Classic Swindon. Laveau gets into the bench. Ruben is, for some reason, around. Going to bring young Mr. Savinovs onto the bench just in case. And now then, Becken and Roy did excellently well. We're just going to leave the team as it was because the team did really, really well in that last game. We beat Manchester United. Pelletier playing in that central role. You can see what I meant about last time where I said he didn't improve as best as I thought he could do. Felipe, how much better is Felipe than him? He's a lot better. I mean, in everything except for being creative and technical. We're going to play with Pelletier. He's played very well. Are we? Yeah, probably. He's played better anyway. That'll do. That's the team. They deserve their chances. Let's go. Becken and Roy up front. Hopefully they can batter the boys from Chelsea in the face. Torsten Barron, a former Hertha Berlin player. Go out there and impress me. Calm. There's faith. Calm. I have faith. Calm. I have faith. It's been a while since I've won a final. The German Cup was the last final I won. That was in trying circumstances. We were very much the underdogs against Bayern Munich in that game. We won 1-0. The question is, it's been a while since I feel a bit like, oh dear. Oh, good save from Johansson. We have been in a final for Swindon Town, a big final, the League Cup, where we lost to Chelsea. We've also been in 2 or 3 semi-finals, which we have been edged out of in recent memory. They've also got a T. Johansson, but he's Tobias. So the question is now, can we put that hoodoo to bed? Well, it's not looking good. Benfuela, great save from Johansson. I think that was a save anyway. It might have hit the post. No, it was a save. 14 minutes in, we are looking like they are all over us. Things are not going well. Clear it, please. Get it out. Did I make the wrong decision by playing Pelletier? That's the question on my lips and on the lips of many in Swindon tonight. Johansson, Keats hold the ball. Now, come on. Calm down. Play our game. Pelletier, great ball to Roy. Roy to Becken. Becken now. Was that a shot? Yes, apparently it was. Oh, I'm nervous and we're not doing very well. We've started poorly. Benfuela scores. Oh, who's playing poorly then? What? We're not even playing that badly. Everyone seems to be playing fairly well. Benufella isn't his name as I say it. Benufella. Oh, come on. Okay. Oh no, I thought we were going to start from kickoff, but we didn't. Ortega's ball through to Novotny. Novotny nearly catches out the Chelsea defence, but he doesn't. Fall crosses the ball in for a corner. Jair, good save from number 3. Who was that? Maya stops the ball on the goal line. Mr. Fall, unlucky. They're bloody using long ball throw-in tactics in the Europa League final. That's pathetic. Oh, Torsten Barron heads over. Now, we are not doing well, and we need to make a change. These 2 centre-backs are not doing well. I think Pelletier is not helping us very much, so I'm going to bring on Felipe, and I'm going to leave it at that for now. But we need to have a bit more steel in that midfield because we are being overrun. Now then, Bourgeau to Becken to Novotny. That's got to be a corner, and it is. Okay. Musa Fall crosses the ball in. Riedel. Oh, you need to be heading that into the goal. Okay, they've had an injury to Setkovic. That could be good. where does he play? 14. He's their right winger. Novotny. That throw is really doing us. Like, that's where everything's coming from. Torsten Barron again hits over the bar. Those long throws, we can't get the first man to it. We can't clear them properly. It's not good. 2 minutes of injury time. Chelsea are deservedly leading, but we need to... Let's do this. Passionate. Passionate, I said. Passionate. Maybe we'll take off Becken for everyone's friend Alberto. But let's see. Let's give them another 5 to 10 minutes. Roy straight away gets tackled. It's pathetic. Riedel to Ortega. Ortega back to Johansson. Johansson to Bourgault. Bourgault to Novotny. Felipe. Gilic. This is nicely worked. A little bit of spell on the ball. Becken hits the post. Ooh, 2 minutes into the second half, we've already hit the post. That's a little bit more positive. A lot more positive, really. Now, let that ball go out. Let's put them under pressure. Come on. Straight away, back into them. 52 minutes. We're going back to the goalkeeper again. Bourgault up to Novotny. Novotny to Becken. All right, Becken's coming off for Alberto. Roy isn't playing well, I know, but he is a bit more of a... He's more of a finisher than Becken is, even though Becken has scored recently a lot. Rocha, Maya, Setkovic, Maya. Good tackle from Bourgault. It's a corner. We haven't made our substitution yet. We still haven't made our substitution. They're taking the corner. Maya crosses. Barron at the back post. It's gone wide. And we have a goal kick. 53 minutes. We have come into a little bit more in this half. We've had a lot more chances. But it doesn't mean anything if we don't put any of them away. Maya now. Setkovic, Barron, Grant, Benfuela. Oh. Yeah. What do we do? Novotny's a better player, but let's bring Chavaria on. Okay. We still can come back from this, potentially. Riedel, Felipe, Gilic, Alberto. Come on, boys. Oh, it's a great save from Silva. We've had our chances. We've had the chances we need. Fall. Riedel at the back post doesn't get there, and he apparently fouls. Of course he does. We've only had one shot on target. This like these Gilic now. Go on, Sam. No. The inability of us to step it up in these big finals or big one-off events against big teams is concerning. We can do it at every other step of the way, and the semi-final was against Dundee, so it's not like it was a particularly hard one. But I mean, come on, Chavaria. That was a lovely bit of football. Things look a little tidier. So another couple of shots we've had. Fall crosses. Riedel at the back post doesn't get there. This must be like the tagline of this show. Espinosa now. They tried to break. Felipe gets in the way. Espinosa. Ortega tackles. Gives it to Fall. Fall gives it to Gilic. To Alberto. Back over to the left. No. Fall. Fall gives it to Ortega. Fall. Gilic. Fall. Come on. Oh, for God's sake. If you're going to have all this nice possession and stuff, you've got to actually do something with it. Rocha out to Maya to Setkovic. Out to Maya again. Maya crosses to the back post. Fall gets it. Doesn't immediately just spunk it wide, and then immediately he turns and does the same thing that I just said he wasn't going to do. Balic has come on for Benfuela, so he can't score again against us. Gilic now. That was where we needed to get the goal, because it's now 75 minutes. We don't really have time. I don't have the belief that we can do this, and they have scored a third. For fuck's sake. screen just basically fell off my computer. Cross from Fall straight to the goalkeeper. Pathetic. We've given up a little bit here. Not really trying our hardest. That's a shame. Balic. Johansson gives it to Grant. Yep, we've been taught a lesson here by Chelsea. They deserve it. Barron. I mean, we've made it look a little bit more respectable in terms of chances created, I guess. You can't really say that we've been much. I mean, we've been better in the second half, but we haven't really deserved anything. If we'd come back into it, it probably would have been harsh. That said, at half time, if we'd scored straight after half time, like we looked like we could have done, it could be a very different game. Fall to Ortega to Fall. Gilic at the back post heads wide. Silva to Felipe again. Gilic to Fall to Roy. Can we at least get a goal in the final? No. 90 minutes. 1 minute of extra time. We don't have enough time. We've lost the final again. Chelsea once again are undoing. There's no shame in losing 3-0 to Chelsea. There is shame in losing 4-0 to Chelsea. No shame in losing 3-0 to Chelsea. We got to the final of the Europa League. That's not a thing to be sniffed at, but it does not make up for a series of missed opportunities over the last couple of seasons. Well, that's annoying again. £1.73 million. Fans are devastated. Yes, I know we didn't test the opposition goalkeeper enough. Oh well, we got given $4 million. We gave away some of that. Well, that's annoying. Yes, that's true. I'm pleased with the effort. It just wasn't to be. So proud of the team. Tobias was excellent. Shut up. Get out of this press conference, please. Thank you. Okay, so I'm not going to play any more games this season. It doesn't really matter. It's Burnley and it's West Ham. Final, semi-final. Where was the other one? Semi-final. That one particularly. 2 legs. Anyway. What a run to the Europa League. Forever we will be known as the team who came second in the Europa League. Last time I won this competition was in 2036. That was a long time ago. 13 years ago as Shlomsk manager. Previously to that, I have won it as Western-super-Mare boss. Though I don't think it was... Was it that time? Yes. That was when they got there without me. So, there we go then. I will see you at the beginning of next season with a squad roundup, I guess. See you later. Bye.